All I need is one mic. That's all I need.
Remember when the church bell broke? It hung like a helm in an angel's throat. That winter's dawn played off icicles like sitar notes, while the engine hummed its deep bass drone. With no radio to pass the miles, we had conversations you never heard. Cold air had made you tired. We reclined, bobbling in sleep, half curled under a U-Haul blanket, while the hawks watched from the tallest, thinnest branch of the ice mummy trees, reflecting on the geometry of their latest trophy catch. And the cattle watched, huddled under lone pasture oaks, thinking jack shit while we sped by, dreaming of distant beauty, the answers to all mysteries, knowing we'd never know them, just hoping to know them better. When it came to love, you thought I was like a cow, thinking jack shit, because I said so little. But with each passing mile, I thought about how we went together, like sunshine and sunburns, fishing and earthworms, disco and heel turns, the Old West and butter churns, 70s and home perms. God, they stunk, man. Ashes and urns. You always worried I'd leave, but you got hips like a dashboard dolly, can hold your liquor and make me happy. You say I'm like a spider in my zen alone, lost in an attic somewhere, rarely if ever seen by another's eyes, but I get hypnotized by the settling house, settling dust, accumulating rust in the tracks of a mouse. You help me remember not to live in a snarl, and just because trouble finds me, it don't always mean I bring it on myself. But I can still throw a knife or a hatchet with hair-splitting accuracy, just in case I need to. Because the gargoyles in my growl often fail. And life's summer shine goes winter tarnish and a mile marker's call. It's time to go. But I'll know more right along. I'm bringing you with me. That's the closest thing to a love poem you're going to get out of me. So this is from a crown. It's a chain of sonnets that overlap. So when you hear me repeat the line, I'm doing that on purpose. So each line has 10 syllables through, and it's structured in 3 different forms of sonnets, which are different, ending on a Shakespearean. So you'll hear the couplet in the end there. So I'm overloaded dealing with myself. There's hardly a chance to break from the grind. I barely make bills. I've never had wealth. Worry could twist me right out of my mind, stressing how life is unfair and unkind, and I'll never unwind before the grave. The cost of living has me neatly defined, a working class slave near a minimum wage with just enough scratch to afford my cage. All great nations kept people in bondage, worked to the Rhine and thrown out like garbage. Legality is hardly a gauge. What government help ever worked for us? It's left to us to define our own worth. It's left to us to define our own worth. I was born forgotten at the dead end, just my grandparents on a scrap of earth. Junk dealers and old people were our friends. No, I was born to this. I was not junk. I resolved to pack my suitcase and trunk when they died and enlist for the war. And brighter prospects than I dreamed before. America saved me from poverty. I had nothing to offer but myself, and I learned that most of us need nothing else. Luck in life is only part lottery. The plans we make tell if we're damned or blessed. The hand we're dealt is not what breaks us. Come on, bring it! No, I'm just fucking. The hand we're dealt is not what breaks us. The drive to not be alone and nothing is far more strenuous and dangerous, tempting us to try Icarus's wings. Camera lights, viral vids, clips and highlights, infamy instead of talent-born fame. Fools, masters of nothing with no insight, bolt towards the sun, self-sacrificed for shame. For the living train wreck, the world's a stage. Mediocrity passes as marvel while genius is gagged on the unread page. Twilight drops and life is less beautiful, and the world decays in bright confetti. We break ourselves long before we're ready.